Yo, girls and guys. Yo, girls and guys. Yo, girls and guys. Welcome back to another Mic on the Mic. Weird ass motherfucking video. So I got good news and I got bad news.
One more.
And I decided, why sit there and fret about it, and let's just freaking, there's no reason. Little slip ups gotta be let go. And wanted to celebrate instead. So I got myself a little treat. I got a nice bottle of water. And I'm cool to chill out for the rest of my night and bask in the glory. I keep on thinking in my head, I finally entered the pantheon of Link to the Past gods. Some people try to go fast. I try to go almost fast with my pinky. Um, but anyways, I got a new PB, and I'm pretty excited because it pretty much matched the best time I had from back on my old Twitch recordings from like 9 years ago or whatever. I can't believe Twitch is that old now. That's weird to think about, actually. I don't think about that much. Um, but anyways, I'm pretty sure I had a 132.30, so I'm still factoring that in for my goal times on all my controllers, input devices, whatever you want to call them. My goal is kind of like some quality runs, but they're not super quality. But there's a lot of good quantity. You know what I mean? It's not bad quantity. It's good quantity, quality, and some quantity. Each run's got a little different pizzazz. I got my own weird route that I copied from WQ, and I got my keyboard, weird setup on my keyboard that I don't know. I don't know if it's similar to other people who've played Link of the Past on keyboard and done well. Nobody else makes videos on it, and so until they dethrone me, I'm claiming myself the best box player. I gotta have something for my achievements, you know what I mean? I'm gonna literally advertise this on all my videos just until somebody shuts me down. I would like them to shut me down. I'd like to see somebody do this shit way better than me. It'd be fun to watch. Me. And then we're gonna write down my goals. So sorry I didn't get to show you guys the run, but there should be about 10 other runs that rival this one that I put out, and a few that beat it. So that's my goal at least. It was a lucky run. It started off pretty bad because I wasn't warmed up on the box. I really struggled for the 30 runs before this to like get this run. That this is the run I was going for basically. I actually would have liked it to be a 132 and not picked up red mail and done a little bit better in some spots, but at the end of the day, this was good for where I was at. I was at a 135 about in this category. So getting a nice 2 minute PB out of the blue really fast was pretty cool. I think it was because I was so excited because me and my brother were hooking up capture cards to the old Super Nintendo and recording with like a Dazzle and like a GV USB 2, I think it's called, or something. I forget what it's called. And the quality looks like shit, but I think there is some settings to make it look better that I gotta try out. And so we will be doing some CRT runs, and so I wanted to continue the game and keep the game fun and not just like sit there and grind my next 2 years away for like a 128 or something, you know? That'd be cool, but that's not really what I'm going for. I just want to play for a few months for now, at least. Maybe down the road I'll want to come back and try to improve the PB a little bit. I don't know. It'll probably depend on how much fun I have with other speedrun games like Super Metroid and stuff. There might be some reason I want to come back to Link to the Past at that point. Um, but I feel like I got another 100 or 200 or maybe even 300 Link to the Past runs in me, so I feel like I can get my goal times before I'm like really burnt out and never want to touch the game again. That might be a little pushing it, but I think I could do at least 100 more if I've done more than more than that already. So and the practice as well. Took a lot of practice to get to these runs. Um, and I lost a lot of runs to just dumb shit that I learned while I was running, basically. Little specific scenarios that you wouldn't always guess unless you've watched tons of runs. And I haven't really watched that many runs, honestly. I liked to back in the day, but nobody does them anymore, and everyone's got their PBs, and it's sad. I feel like everyone's just closet sad about that. But I feel like it's weird that nobody like wants to keep making Zelda ROM hacks, like really good ones. I feel like that's where I should go because there's like nobody doing it, and it's just seems like a fun thing to do, and creating new speedruns for people to re-experience. I feel like is a worthwhile task. There's not really any other game like it either. There's top-down 2D Zelda games, but they don't have the same shit. They don't got the dashing mechanic. They don't got item dashing. They don't got. You know what I mean? I wish Nintendo would just fucking make a Link to the Past maker and fucking really ball out. That would be sick. Like, how is that not a game? I feel like everyone would love that. I don't know. Especially like if the graphic or the pixel graphics were just bumped up a little bit from popped onto the Switch. Like that shit would bang, bro. I would play that shit all the time. I don't know. Whatever. I always end up, I feel like gamers, we always end up fantasizing about obvious shit that should have happened in life, but that like the companies are never gonna do, and we just like spend our lives fantasizing about shit. It's fucked up. you know. At least I can live it a little bit by making some ROM hacks. Maybe that'll be enough for me. It's tough to be a fan of things sometimes because you feel like you're more of a fan of the thing than the people who made it. You know what I mean? It's like they don't even seem like they don't even care about it, and they haven't cared about it in like 30 years. And that's probably putting it lightly. Like I'm probably right on the money there. I don't know. I just really love this game, and even the energy around it, the games around it. I love Link's Awakening. I love Minish Cap. I love Orko Seasons. You know what I mean? I just love that. And Min of the Hollower, if it's even a little bit good, I'm gonna take that game so fucking serious just to like show how much I care about Link to the Past. You know what I mean? And same thing goes. Like I might speedrun Prodigal or something like that. That'd be pretty fun. Do like some casual speedruns of Prodigal or something. Just like shoot for like learn it and then do like maybe 5 to 10 runs and just stop it there, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying like this type of fun is gone, but it's just Link to the Past is its own special thing, and I feel like for people who really love the game, they know what I'm talking about. It's like Mario 64, it's like Halo 3, it's like Halo 2, it's like just one of those special games that is like oddly deep. Super Metroid. There's so many like games like that. If it's something like Mega Man X, like seems like a simple formula, but somehow there's like cool shit you can do in the run, and it's like fucking crazy. And you look like a fucking baller when you pull the shit off. You know what I mean? It's like how the fuck did that guy even pull that trick off? That shit looked crazy. The whole run of that, all that effort, just basically to get to that one ridiculously hard trick, and you got to nail the trick. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's a lot of old games, especially old games for some reason. I feel like back then they really took 2D like producing 2D games seriously, so they had much like a much richer and deeper mechanics to work with or something. I don't understand. But nowadays 2D games are like so smooth and clean, and there's no tricks, and there's nothing cool to get good at, and you know what I mean. I'm not saying every game's like that, but Most games are like very glitch free nowadays, and it's not even always the glitches, but you know what I mean. Those do play a big role into making old games special. I feel like that's like undeniable. But anyways, I wasn't expecting to get such a good PB, so I thought I'd do a little celebration commentary and talk about like where we're going next with the channel and everything. I was excited to get those capture cards working with my brother. That was fun. Well, it was kind of boring, but then it was kind of fun when it all worked out. Actually, just like seeing that old shitty footage, like, but it just feels so smooth on the CRT and it looks so nostalgic at the same time. It's pretty cool. If you literally haven't looked at a CRT in like 8 years and you like old games, give it a shot once in a while. It's like surprisingly, you feel like you should keep out a couple CRTs around your basement once in a while that all work just in case. You know what I mean? But yeah, this honestly, this run was lucky. I wasn't feeling good at all. I was like super nervous, just didn't feel into it. But I went for it anyway because I was hyped up about our getting back into the tube TV and recording stuff on laptops and all that. So I was like, maybe I could just randomly luck out and get a PB, and it worked out. So it wasn't quite perfect, but I didn't practice enough for it to like guarantee to be perfect. Like I might have lucked out and not took the red mail, but it still would have had some mistakes that I wouldn't have been okay with in my final time on the at least on the box. So, anyways, let's break down some of this quick, and then I'm gonna play some games. I'm gonna play some Link to the Past and chill out and watch some streams in the background. Should be a grand old time. I'm feeling pretty good now. I was kind of feeling like it was gonna, like I was looking at my splits. There was a 135-26 before this, and it had no safeties. I don't think like no powder. It might have had red mail. I don't remember, or it had the fairies or something. And Ganon's tower. It had some sort of light safeties, but it wasn't. It was basically like no safeties. But it was just it was sloppy, and Ice Palace icebreaker like was like the worst icebreaker I ever did in a run. So, and my PB was actually 135-17, but that was with powder. So I swapped over to running against the 135-26 run, which was a little bit slower, but it was no safeties, and it was just, I guess it was funner to run against. Saving a minute at Ice Palace was fun. But yeah, that's kind of the sad thing is I know I'm pretty much at the skill level where there's not big minutes to save. You're basically trying to whittle down 10 to 30 seconds at a time if you're lucky. And you basically have to get better in between each of the, you're not just going to get that for free, you know what I mean? Like you need to practice like the very difficult parts of the runs in between there, and you need to keep doing it every day, otherwise you get cold. That's why it's hard to go deep on speed runs. It's easy to skim the surface and complete some of the first runs. It's for the most part. And if you're a casual gamer, it's still easy. It's just going to take you some time, right? Some stuff's going to be hard, but completing basic speed runs, there's always like safe strats and stuff like that. You can literally just die as many times as you want and make your first run super long. There's like, you know what I mean? There's no pressure really. As long as you don't put pressure on yourself, it's a lot of fun in the beginning. I put too much pressure on myself and I ruin it. And now I have a pretty good time to show for it, so. I don't think there's anyone else with box on a box controller. And if there is, they're not making themselves as known as me, so I'm taking their spot. You know what I mean? The best box player, me. That's me. And I'm about to get better, so good luck topping whatever the best thing I do is. Bitch it. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta brag somewhat because the best players on controller are just unbeatable. So I gotta win here where I can. I gotta beat their best time on a slower device with controlling the player with or the controlling the character with my fucking pinky. You know what I mean? So it's too hard. Be too hard to beat them already. Just going on their equipment, the CRT and the SNES controller. So beating them with any disadvantage is impossible. You know what I mean? Like, that would already be near impossible. Like, I would have to dedicate the next 5 years of my life to that shit. Just to come close, probably, too. Like, when you look at these, like, 133 runs, they don't look that much different from 129s, you know what I mean? But there's like a 4 minute gap, and it's like, where are those 4 minutes coming from? It's like this little shit. Once you realize, like, the time saves are like nothing, it's all you're scrimping and scraping and praying on RNG basically for time saves. Because that's basically what's wrong with this run. Like, yeah, Sanctuary was a little bit, I botched it, but I was so not warmed up on this. The fact that I was able to pull off a PB, I'm giving myself a pat on the back, you know? I like clutch that shit because I also learned keyboard this week too as well, which with a completely different layout, and it really fucked with my box skill. I came back to the box and I just like couldn't play it how I wanted to. Anyways, as you can see, there's really not much time save on anything, and my best segments are pretty damn clean for emulator. Like, yeah, I know my Ganon's Tower split needs probably to get 20 seconds shaved off, mostly from like Ice Armos, doing mimics a little bit better. I actually do mimics fast strat, but it's risky because you take a laser shot. So I'm not even good enough to do that. I just like pray that I'm gonna get a bunch of heart drops or something, and the heart drops slow me down. Can't grab like half of the heart drops I want, like the one in the laser room after the torches at the top of the tower, the tippity top of the tallest tower, on the tallest mountain, in the highest sector of the highest land. Um, So yeah, let's just go through it a little bit. Just to, I don't have the run for you guys, and that sucks. But we're gonna beat this run, no matter what. We're beating it, even if it's by a fucking second. We're beating this shit. Well, we got the times, and I'll be losing to these times pretty often. That Desert Palace fight against Landmalas was really fucking good. And it was after like the worst one ever, like the only one I ever died on in all my runs. For real. I died on Landmalas and then I started up a second run and then I got this PB. I was like so afraid of losing the run after Hera because I usually don't get these nice 2330 Heras. And that was with pretty much a shitty Sanctuary. Like I should be, in my PB, I should be getting like a 558, right? At least. Emulator, box controller, should be getting a 558, right? So I do have 5 to 7 seconds to save there. So that'll help a little. I'm trying to figure out like how can I beat this fucking PB without killing myself, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out a method of practice and like everything like that. I just should expect to lose time on the Desert Palace, so I gotta come in with like an 11 flat Eastern Palace. My goal is like 11 or the fastest I could pray for is like a 10:55, right? 5 seconds better than an 11 minute time there, but all of this only makes sense if you're like very into the speed run, so or you have to pay super close attention to what I'm talking about. And then oh yeah, I got fucking like one blue ball too. I even like felt it coming because I was like feeling so good about the CRT. And then I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get 0 blue balls or one blue ball, and guess what? And I got one blue ball. And so at this point, I'm already like fucking nervous from the having a good light world for like the first time, and I haven't played in the box in forever, so I like feel like I'm gonna fuck up for sure in Skull Woods or something. And the more I think about it, there is some time saves that I should be able to nail with. It's not gonna happen on the first try, but if I get through Dark World 10 times or something, I should be able to nail some of this. You know what I mean? The more I think about it. It's just a lot of it's hard time save. Like I gotta hope for perfect dungeons to get the time save. You know, no hard. No, I can't take like no damage in some of these spots. Basically, in all the dungeons, you basically can't take any extra damage. Otherwise, you lose mad time at this level. That's like what you're fighting for. What am I fighting for? So that brings us up to Dark World. Got that one blue ball. This was like a pretty much a gold split, right? 846 or 646, sorry, and my gold split there is 643. I can save a little bit of time if I upgrade to Eddie strats and like top player strats, but not much on that split, honestly. If I figure out how to do those fucking red guards, man. I always fuck up those two red guards you're supposed to like double spin. I used to know how to do it on controller, and I haven't even done it once since I came back with all the times I tried. There's a couple things on this split I need to clean up. Pretty much I do a good job though of getting from Hera, getting the rupees, getting to the. I just need to clean up the red guard room really. Everything else I do almost perfect. I don't know, like I probably don't pump perfectly, but I'm not going for a 127. Like there's not really a reason to care about perfect pumping, you know. It's more about being good enough on the fucking box that I can get this time than it is having perfect pumping or something like that, you know. The more I think about it, this Dark Palace split's got to get cleaned up. Like, yeah, I'm pretty close to my best segment here, but I just don't have any clue basically what I'm doing with the turtle room anymore. I was just getting lucky the first like 30 runs off of nostalgia. Now I can't do the turtle room ever. So I'm losing 3 seconds in that room at least. 3 to 5 seconds. Because I can never do the fast strat. The bomb jump, I'm not that good on the Sanwa switches, so I think when I get my bubble box controller, I'll practice on the bomb jump more and try to be more pro at it. And I could probably save 5 seconds by having better bomb jumps. And that's pretty much it, though. I do the rest of that split good. Like my dashes are good. The knowledge of I pretty much never have any trouble. I get through bomb jump even if it's like risky. I usually get through it every time. 133, like that time doesn't sound good, but try to get it on a fucking box in an emulator. It's not that easy. I was disappointed with myself, but at this point now I'm pretty proud of myself, you know. That last 2 minute PB finally made me feel pretty good about it. The hard work I was putting in. Skullwoods, yeah, I should definitely be able to save 8 seconds there. I took a bunch of damage and had to like farm for a fairy. That wastes hella time, so that should be a little time save. Thieves Town, not really. I'm not gonna say much. Probably could gold over that by a couple seconds or something. And then I would be nearing a world record split there. I mean, I have the fucking box world records. I'm the world record split, baby. No offense to the controller players, but we're cut from different cloths. I used to be one of you guys. But yeah, obviously Misery Mire is the big one. I'm basically going for this run again and having a clean Misery Mire. That's basically it. You know? It'd be nice if I could save some other time, but if I get it this run again, basically, with a clean Misery Mire, I'd be happy with that. A little bit better Sanctuary. Clean Misery Mire is fucking hard. It's just hard. Especially in this run. I have less hearts. I purposely make it hard on myself and. Oh, never mind. What? Ice Palace went good too. I'm just like lucking into pretty good Ice Palaces. I did make a dumb mistake in there though. Something in like the Penguin room because I wasn't used to the run. And I still haven't practiced that like lonely fireball room where you gotta like slash on the ice to get yourself into the stairwell quickly. It's annoying because I was good at it when I was practicing it, and then the second I stopped practicing it, I can't do it anymore ever. Not even when I practice it. You know what I mean? It's like fuck. I should have just never stopped ever. I had it down for a bit. Swamp Palace was fucking the most unlucky bullshit. So that's another thing that kind of cut this. This run was better than it should have been better than it looked. I got fucked over on the Swamp Palace split. I got hit on the overworld so fucking much from like every RNG was stupid as fuck on the overworld. So I'm not gonna blame myself for that, and this run's actually a little bit better than it looks like. And if I was warmed up at all in the box, I probably wouldn't have picked up the fucking red mail, and I could have just been done. But on the with this category at least, and this controller. I think it's fun to learn on multiple controllers. What's the point of going for some douchey stupid time when you can have a lot of fun? You know what I mean? And go and still get nice times. That's how I look at speedrunning. I don't know. I look for the fun and the challenge, and I feel like other people are fucking masochists and they want to ruin it for everyone too. Anyways, Turtle Rock. Obviously, I need a gold over that by 5 seconds or something. I need to clean up my Turtle Rock. What can I clean up a Turtle Rock when I think about it? Mostly the fucking Death Mountain overworld. I need to just start doing the normal strats for it. I always do something stupid. Try the hard strat that I don't know how to do, or I fuck up the easy strat because I have never practiced it. I only done it in runs. You know what I mean? So that's pretty. It's funny when you talk about Turtle Rock. Like the dungeon's so fucking laid out for you. Like if you can execute that thing, you could like do Turtle Rock a billion times in a row and not die once. The only time you're ever worried is chain chomps, and if you practice this one douchey strat where you use the Cane of Samaria properly, it's almost fail safe. You just need to practice that strat, and I haven't even practiced it, but I accidentally got it in this run. The strat where you like make yourself invincible by blowing up 2 Cane of Samaria blocks in a row, and you like hop on the switch, and then the second beam hit is coming from the second block of Cane of Samaria, and then that pops the switches up, and then you're standing on the switches. Well, you know, I'm trying to explain it for somebody who doesn't play the game as much, or they're like an old school fan of it. Wish I had the video of the run, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, I feel like I can clean up some easy shit with this. That is pretty much only mistakes because I had to take a break from playing on the box because it was hurting my hands pretty much, and then that's why I learned keyboard. So it actually all worked out for the better. Like it sucked that I couldn't keep playing on the box while I was building up a lot of skill, but you win some, you lose some. Um, where the heck are we at? So yeah, Misery Mire. Not even sure why that's so fucking slow. Like I know the overworld kind of sucked, but that's such a bad time compared to my best segment. Maybe that best segment is no, I don't know, bro. That's so slow. I even had like a good boss fight in that, and a good viddy fight. And I don't even I can't even watch the footage to see what it was. I know the overworld sucked though. I had to heal from the old man, and that's like what 20 seconds, 18 seconds or some shit. That's probably it mostly. That's the other thing. I got this run without knowing how to do spin speed on the box, so I basically missed all the good spin speeds. That should be like a if I practice it and I can nail it 90% of the time on the bubble box or something when I get that, I should be able to shave off a bunch of time. Like 10 seconds or something. With all like the Death Mountain trips and the Eastern Palace when you're leaving after you get the boots, you know, all this. There's like I don't know, 5 to 7 good spin speeds. The one on the library screen where you skip past the red guard, that one's good if you nail it. I was actually really good at it on the keyboard for no reason. Like I didn't even practice it. I was good instantly. So I don't know if it's the mechanical keys that help me do it or something. I wasn't even good at my bind. I'm still not good at my binds on the keyboard, but I'm probably better now that I. Seems like if I take a break from the controller, I low key get better at another one. You know, like I played on the keyboard, and all of a sudden I came back to the box, and even though I felt like I was gonna play like shit, I got a PB. So, and it was a pretty good one. This one's gonna be hard to beat, and hard, you know, and especially hard to beat by a lot. Ganon's Tower, yep. Say that was actually a really good, pretty good, damn good Ganon's Tower because Gauntlet was pretty damn clean. Everything was And a Ganem was like perfect. I got the best RNG you could ever get. A Ganem, or Ganems. I don't even know how to say his name. A Ganem? A Ganem? I don't know. A Ganem, yeah. Phantom Ganon, that's what I'll call him. Poser Ganon. That's actually gonna be hard to beat everything but dropping that red mail. Dropping the red mail, I'll get, I might lose a couple runs to dying in Ganon's tower because I don't have red mail. But so saving that time isn't that hard but I'll eventually get through it without red mail. I just need a clean gauntlet basically, and then pick up a couple safety hearts, and I should be able to. But then I got to play Ganon good, and I actually am not good at that. So then that's another risk. Mostly just surviving. I haven't practiced Ganon at all, so I don't even deserve to be getting these times because I haven't even practiced how to do the proper Ganon fight strat. I'm like losing 30 seconds on Ganon, or 20. I don't even know how much. Probably like 25 seconds on Ganon or some shit. I almost guarantee that's how much I'm losing, just from not knowing how to do the beginning at all. I don't even know what's called basically. Is it called like getting one fire bat cycle or something? I don't even know. Like, I should watch like one world record run and I could at least try to start copying it, but I'm stubborn and I don't do things properly. So there's probably time to save in my Ganon fight too. That's probably not even hard. It wouldn't even take that much more skill. I would just have to study a little bit, It would take a little bit more skill so I could like do that spin attack to him right off the rip, but besides that, it wouldn't take that much more, right? And the better you get, you can tank a fire bat if you need to, because you'll be coming there with enough hearts to do that. I think that helps too, if you're having trouble with Ganon. I'm not sure. Seemed like it. Like I could just, especially with the red mail, you can take a bunch of hits. So it's like, I didn't remember how good that shit was. This is at the point where I would suggest dropping red mail, even though you might be able to get a couple more PBs with it. It's like, I feel like if you're going for a higher PB than this, you might as well just drop red mail. You know what I mean? Because eventually you're gonna get that run without red mail that's clean. Even if you're not that good, like through sheer number of attempts, you should be able to like, basically RNG luck the game into. That's my idea of it anyway. I think that's the funnest way to speedrun. Rather than sit there and shoot at landmalas all day in a fucking practice ROM to make sure that you can 2-cycle every fucking run. Like, that sounds like torture. I think it's fucking cool to watch the results of it though, like what they can end up doing with that. And this best segment is false, but I'm gonna leave it there anyway. I don't even think it's possible to get that time without gold sword. But I'm gonna leave it there anyway because it's fun to inflate your shit, hype yourself up a little bit. So yeah, the more I look at it, yeah, that Misery Mire needs to get cleaned up. I did get some of spooky action, but I have yet to get a really good gold Sklod. I almost said Glod on accident. I should have. I don't know how much time I can save there because I haven't really optimized that split yet. But next gold, I should be able to say like what a good time on emulator box should be for that split. I probably should just keep running until I get a clean run that has spooky act that has a couple requirements, right? Like it has like a 6 flat sanctuary time. It has like an 11 flat Eastern. It has like a 17:35 desert, right? Because this desert split's pretty good. Has like a 20, hopefully like a sub 23:30 Tower of Hera, right? That would be it. That would be the light world I need, and then like probably 1 to 3 blue balls. I should probably write this shit down, but I'll just keep it in my head for now. And most of these splits don't matter. And then a Ganon's fight that has the fire bat cycle skip or something like that. If you can do that, I'm pretty sure you can do that, right? I think I barely just started learning that back in the day, and that was like the where I stopped playing the game. Not really. I can't remember exactly what happened back then. And then Turtle Rock, yeah, needs a new gold pretty much by like at least like 4 seconds. It needs a cleaner overworld and a perfect laser skip, and that's pretty much it. That split's not that hard. It's just laser skip, chain chomps, and the overworld. Pretty much is what's hard about that. And honestly, if you practice chain chomps right, you should be safe most of the time. Like you can't guarantee like that broom might kill your run, no matter how good you are. Unless you've mastered every single strat and you're so perfect at picking the exact one. Nobody's that good though. Most people pick one strat and or one or two strats and they know one or two. Right now, I only know the lucky one. If you have full health, you use the sword beam and it's easy. Most of the time. Or you can lose 5 seconds and wait for a cycle of the chain chomps or something. But yeah, that's pretty much my plans. So and stuff about where my time saves are, and basically once I nail these time saves I'm talking about, I'm gonna have somewhere between like 129 and a 132. So that's close enough to world record for me, and I'm on emulator box, so that's world record. Box world record, bitches. So let's write down some goal times. After these goal times, then we're gonna do Super Metroid and Mario 64. I might start those soon. I'm not sure, but for sure I'll be doing them after this game if I only stick to this game. So we're gonna break it down by controllers. Got our box controller. We got our bubble. I think this one's gonna be my new favorite controller. I'm trying not to get too excited, but I think it's gonna be my favorite. So I'm gonna go for the best time on this one, I think. As far as emulator goes. Box, bubble box, keyboard, SNES CRT, and retro Brookboard CRT. That's going to be I think the funkiest and the funnest run out of all of them, but it won't be the best time probably that I get, but could be a fun. If I figure out how to customize brookboards and like duplicate buttons and stuff and make my perfect layout, I might be able to match my controller time on the CRT. I don't know. Or this probably should say SNES controller. And then we have 3 categories that we're running, right? Gotta like double check with myself. Any percent NMG. Alpha any percent. My name for the category. And let's call it any percent no out of bounds or something. And then I'll just call it YBA glitch, I think it's called. I think it's a potion glitch. I used to think it was just blue potion, but I think you can do it with green potion too. I have no clue. I didn't keep up with the scene, so that's the category. So I don't know. I think it deserves its own good name because I think it's a cool little category that complements the main categories. So those are our 5. Oh, we got color, right? Can we do that in this weird program? This one can be blue. This one can be obnoxious red. And this one's yellow. And bubble blocks can be magenta and purple and yummy and yummy. I don't know. Gotta get a purple one in there. Holy shit, that yellow is unseeable on my screen. Never mind. Green there. Okay, that's funner. And then we grab all these because we're going to do pretty much all these categories on all of the controllers. 12. Now, what is this going to paste like? Okay. What does this paste taste like? What'd you say? So these are our goal times. I don't think it's important if I write my current time. Oh, shit. I was fucking up my splits at all time. Hopefully I didn't get fucked up. I'd be big sad. Alright, so... 133. These might change a little bit, but... Look, I know they're not the most ambitious times, but I'm not trying to fucking kill myself over it. It's already fucking hard to use your hands to do this shit. Okay. I don't really remember how long this run is, but we'll just put 114 for now. I'm not sure how good that... I think that might be too good, but... So I know there's somebody with like a 110, but that's like the world record. So getting close to him is going to be really hard. So I kind of want to revitalize that category a little bit because I don't think anybody runs that. So Bubble Box I want to take a little bit more seriously because I just bought it. I want to like, you know, christen it. I want to break it in and get good on it because I know I'm going to suck at first at utilizing its advantages. But we're going for what? See, we're going to have a lot of runs, so I was sad about losing this run, but we're going to have a lot of runs that beat this one by a little bit, so it's not too big of a deal. I'd rather celebrate, you know, keep my mind off of losing my run. Or losing the footage of my run, I should say. Alright, and this is the one we're going for, that nice clean 132 on emulator. And I'm not going to worry about that other category for now. We'll update a little bit down the road. So keyboard. $133.30 sounds like a good time to go for on there. That's going to be pretty hard too because it's going to be a lot of, mostly hard because I need to develop the muscle memory on the keyboard to be that good to get that time. To do that thing, 133. Uh-oh. That might be a little ambitious. I'll put a 133 just to be a little unsafe. You're not saving that much time by doing the alpha any percent category. Really not saving much time at all. It's mostly just fun. So here's the big one. Controller CRT. I'm not going to have the best footage, but at least I'll have footage of this shit. So any percent NMG, we're going for... This is going to be a lot of work to do all this. Because I'll have to reteach myself it on controller and shit. And I don't have proper way to practice. I don't have an EverDrive or whatever the fuck people use to practice. I have no clue how they do it. Maybe I'll break down and buy one at some point, but hopefully I don't have to get that desperate. We're going through a 131. Oh, the big time. And then here's the biggest one. We're going for a 129.59. I don't. No. I don't care how fucking shit of a 129 it is. If Runner Watcher and Rambly got 127s, I have to prove myself and at least get a 129 on CRT, right? I'm just like a little bitch made boy if I can't man up and get the fucking gonads to really go for this hard goal, you know? That's how I feel about it. Not to be harsh on myself. I'm not being harsh on myself. I'm just saying. Like, that's how I feel about it. Because, like, why be the Link to the Past speedrunner guy that I'm being, and why play on a CRT and all these controllers and all this shit if I'm not really trying to push myself to that next level, you know? But anyways, not that goal is probably obviously going to come last, but you know. And then at some point when I'm playing on the CRT after I get these emulator times, um, when I'm playing on the CRT, I'll make this retro Brookboard controller, and I'll make a video on it and stuff. Making it with my brother and my dad and everything and I'll talk about it and show it off. But I'm not gonna make the times too crazy for this controller, but I do just want to have it as something that I did and had fun with. To me, that's worth $100. Go for 130. Oh wait, that's a little ambitious for a box controller. And a one. Oh, I can't type. Yeah, 123 my hand. I'm trying to be there. 132.11 there. That would seem like fair times. If I buy this controller, I should at least get a time like that. If I do all the work and footage myself buying a controller, I should at least get a pretty good time on there. So these are our goals. We're on the cusp of them. We got, you've seen the PB. We got a 133.14, and that's with red mail, so should be a pretty easy to at least get a little bit lower than this. And that's a bunch of runs there. And then we'll pretty much be done with this game when we do all this stuff. This is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 50 hours of gameplay, and it could be upwards of 350 hours. I don't know. Should be a fun journey. And well, some of this is going to take a while, so there's a chance we'll be playing Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6, Zelda, finishing up Breath of the Wild, the new Zelda coming out, stuff like that. Horizon Zero Dawn, some other stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. I might putz around a little bit on keyboard at the end of it, but that's pretty much the video. I just wanted to update you guys on the new PB and where the channel's going and what we're doing after that and everything. I don't know. I just feel like a weight lifted off my shoulder, honestly, to like, I'm happy with this time, and I know I'm still like stressing myself out to get even better times now, and like challenging myself to fucking do it on so many different devices. But at the same time, I feel like a weight lifted off my shoulder because it's like I can actually do stuff. Like I don't feel attached to the Halo community at all, and I don't like feel attached to people from my past anymore. I just feel kind of like free to do whatever I want, you know? It's a cool feeling. We're probably gonna buy a laptop at some point, but I'm just not sure when. Maybe if a random deal comes out that I like, I might just buy it all out of the blue. But otherwise, I'm probably shooting for Black Friday. Yeah, there's a lot of tough splits to beat in this run. Like as much as I talked about time saves, like some of those are pretty tough to beat on the box. I definitely just got super unlucky on the overworld though. Like something that basically never happened. I just got hit by every fucking rock and every fucking like it just like fucked that Misery Myers split. That was probably the first. I was so lucky every other run before that. I almost every run I would get a lucky like overworld before Meyer. So of course in this run that was the best run I had going. That's the one that gets butt fucked by fucking the mountain before Meyer. Whatever. It was cool to come back to this category and like even with red mail still PB by that much. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, all the hard stuff is now. Basically between this PB and the last PB was the border line, you know. Stuff was still chill and fun, and now this is all gonna be serious gaming here. Rage filled, sad 18-minute desert times with filled with sadness and rage. You know what I mean? That's what it's gonna be. But if I can get through it, I know I'll be happy to have done all this stuff. So I ain't too worried about it. And it's also gonna be fun to learn this any percent or this other category. That'll be fun for at least like a week. I would assume, or at least like 5 days, at least. Um, yeah, I'll probably learn that once I get a couple of these goal times, and then I'll just decide to learn that randomly. I'm mostly looking forward to the bubble box and the SNES controller CRT. Learning that. But anyways, that's some of my Link to the Past plans, and won't be making too many commentaries for a while. Maybe I'll talk a lot about Resident Evil 4 remake in like a month or whenever that comes out. So that's exciting. I want to take that game really seriously at first, you know, just to like be a super fan, do some commentaries, excited commentaries where I just like where I just like, you know, kind of gush about the game and all that nerd shit, you know. Um, just like get really, really attached to my playthrough of the game, like look at every crevice of the game that I can, shit like that. I'm not gonna. I might not commentate the whole game because might want to just play sometimes, but I will. I will try to do some commentary on that game because it's one of those games that it's people like watching horror games when the person's like afraid as fuck. You know what I mean? And commentating it and shit. That's how I feel about it. Not that it's yeah, whatever. So yeah, I think if the next time I do some attempts here, if I just clean up my Meyer spooky action skills and practice like Ice Armos and some stuff in the Ganon's Tower, I should have some juicy golds. Like I didn't think I had juicy golds, but the more I think about it, yeah. And the other problem with this, there's some little problems with this tower that I forgot about too, like or Ganon's Tower. I think I also like fucked up the warp skip thing, and there's some other bullshit that I shouldn't really accept in my best run, you know. It only happened because I was like fucking sitting there questioning in my head if I should take red mail or not, you know. I don't think I would have made that mistake otherwise. Or if I was like on the keyboard and I didn't have to use my pinky to, that's like another glitch or another trick that like my pinky fucks me over. Damn pinky. Pinky does so good through the whole run and then I fucking choke on something that loses me 5-10 seconds. Well, looking pretty good, you know. A month ago, it looked like we kind of sucked at the game. Now it looks like we're pretty good. Just got to get that some no safety PBs, and that'll be that. All these no safety PBs are what we're going for now. I think I've shown that now. I'm probably good enough to do that with a little bit more practice. I should be able to do that, you know. I don't know how Super Metroid's gonna go, but so I have no clue what my goal time is for that. I think it's at least a 55 minute. Like that's pretty a sad PB anyway, but something. It's not. It's better than nothing, I guess. So yeah, I think I did a pretty good job of like estimating good times to get here. This one's gonna be fucking hard, dude. Because that's better than all my golds right now. I know it's on CRT with a SNES controller, but still. It's better than all my golds. How the fuck am I supposed to beat that? You know what I mean? It's literally better than every best split I've gotten. And this has a liar split in it that's not even real. Like this isn't even real. Like so it's actually worse than this. How the fuck am I gonna get that time? You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to like really fucking study some crazy shit to get that time. I'm gonna have to like definitely save time pumping places and all types of take a bunch of risks and like never grab arrow pots and like everything. It's gonna be fucking hard, dude. I don't know how people are that good. That's what I said. Like I looked at that time and I'm like, that time looks so daunting to me right now. But if Runner Watcher and Rambly got 127s, I gotta get my shit together. You know what I mean? Runner Watcher and Rambly got 127s. Those guys were the biggest 130s ever. And they got all the way down to 127. You're telling me out of nowhere? Fucking closet gods. They passed up people like Revolver, who was like incredible at the game. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They were like, I felt like we were all coming up. I'm a bitch for quitting though. I blame it on chasing after girls and going to college though. If I could rewind time, it would have been nice to hang out with those Link to the Past people a little bit more. It's all good, but at least I can kind of carry on the memory of that. And I'll be learning this game. Hopefully Eddie keeps doing it or whatever. Coda. But yeah, that's my spiel. I couldn't, you know, I couldn't show you guys my speedrun, but I can talk about my speedrun as long as it lasted. The super long hour and 30 minutes talking about an hour and 30-minute long run. But yeah, that was fun. Sorta. And I'm really excited for this bubble box. I feel like this is gonna spur me to like speedrun all sorts of games like Agelos and Astalon and Toho Luna Nights and Blasphemous. Like this, you know what I mean? I feel like just getting this new device is gonna excite me in ways that I can't describe. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean though. Actually, this time is gonna be fucking hard to get 132 on emulator with a box controller. Holy fuck. Because, like, look how good this time is. I have to save over a minute and 14 seconds on that. And I have to do it on a new box controller. Like, that might not sound like the best time in the world, but these are some tall challenges, you know? If they weren't, there'd be everyone who played the game would have done them. It's not that easy. You know? Just like getting this 129.59 is going to be hard as fuck. A lot of this other shit's going to be hard as fuck, too. That's all I got to say about it. You only understand if you've done what I've done, and not really anyone's doing this. I suggest it though because it's hella fun. As long as you have the right expectations and you don't kill yourself over it, it's fun as fuck. Straight up. I had mad fun. The only fun I didn't have was when I was starting to get good times and I could feel that I was going to end up moving on to a new game eventually. That's the only time I didn't have fun. Maybe like a couple times when I lost good runs, but when I look back on it though, I'm okay because I got through it. You know, I'm happy that I got through it. It'll be really fun to make this controller and practice on it for a few days and then get a good run. That'll be a lot of fun. I really hope that works out because I'll be so sad if I buy parts and we can't figure it out. I'm not too worried about it, but I feel like I should just buy it now, but I'm not quite there yet. I need to use this bubble box first. And I want to clean up my keyboard time. I think my keyboard time is at, I think we can check right here actually. Yeah, keyboard time is pretty trash. And that's my NMG, so. But it's not that trash. See, it has a better sanctuary than my box PB, actually. That's funny. And then everything else is remarkably worse. But I got that time pretty quick on the keyboard. Look at that. 6 attempts. So I don't even know what I'm going to learn next or what I'm going to work on next. Box or keyboard or what. I think I kind of want to do box and NMG. Well, I'm still somewhat warmed up on the box. Maybe that'll be good. Yeah, this is another run that I got that was pretty good and I got it pretty fast. You go edit layout. What's this? Okay. That's how I tell myself what I'm running, what category I'm running next. I load it up in the splits. Save splits, then we get out of here. I can't stop thinking about the bubble box controller. What I should do to make it more fun is to not just play Link to the Past on it. Like I should force myself to do something else, like learn a little bit of Super Metroid, play a little bit of Mario ROM hacks or something. That's what I got to do. Because otherwise, it's not going to be as fun if I just only do Link to the Past on it. You know what I mean? Because I'll sit there and be excited for this controller, and then I'll just force myself to do the one thing that I've been doing for the last month. So it's like, I feel like that's a dumb way to approach it. Counterproductive. It's supposed to be exciting and fun to have a new device and everything. I wonder if there's any splits that are interesting to look at in here. Probably not. Shit Ganon. Not really. So but we can at least see where we could save time maybe. I don't know, the split's good enough. Never mind. And I don't think these best segments are correct for this category either, but or at least some of them. Wait, I think this run has powder, so shouldn't be that hard to PB. Might lose a couple runs because I won't have powder, but shouldn't be that hard. So that's the one we're going for next. I guess we're going for a flat 133, or at least close to it for now. If I could even get like a 133.30, that would be a nice, like I'm closing in on my goal time. Yeah, like look at my best time for this is shit too, so that's going to be really hard. Well, tall order. It's hard to like go and like feel like you just had the run of your life, and then the next day you still have to go and beat that, and then the next day you have to go and beat that, and the next day, you know what I mean? It's a daunting task sometimes. So basically, I need NMG is slower, So I need a run that is better than the PB I just got, 133.14. And that had a lot of close to gold splits in it. Basically just needs to be the run I had, except in the NMG category, and then it needs a good Ice Palace, which I don't. I haven't practiced much of the normal Ice Palace route, and then it needs a no red mail Ganon's Tower, which is hard, especially on these box controllers. But I honestly haven't practiced Ganon's Tower that much, so part of that's my fault. I just wanted to sheer like willpower through it and skill through it, and just pull it off and runs miraculously when I'm probably not good enough to do it. You know, that's how I do things. It's a stupid way. Sometimes it works, but yeah, I think we'll be able to close in on this 133 easily. I think I'll get like a 133.30 pretty easily, but beating that's going to be tough. So I might just jump around. Like I might not hit any of these goal times for the next 2 weeks, but I think eventually within the next 2 months, I'll start nailing them down. I'll be close to some of them and I'll beat one of them and then I'll start beating them all, you know. Oh shit. That run was, I know that I don't have the run for you guys, but it was such a exciting run out of nowhere. And the more I think about it, there is some easy time save, so I know some splits I'm going to lose time because they're just too good to always beat, but there are going to be some easy time saves the more I think about it. Well, I don't even feel like playing right now. I'm just gonna relax, but I gotta start playing some other games. I'm getting. It's not that I'm. Yeah, I'm getting burned out on Link to the Past, and it's not just. It's not, I'm not even playing it that much. It's mostly just because it's the only thing I play. You know, it's like I want to play something else. I want to think about something else. I love Link to the Past, but it's like I'm already putting myself up to a lot of work with it. It's like why make it my whole life too? You know what I mean? Because there's other stuff I want to get into, and I don't want to get stuck on something. I think Eddie feels the same way when he talks about it. Like it's not fun to get stuck on something, no matter how much you love it. So, anyways, I'm gonna relax, and we'll take it slow from here, and somehow we'll end up with fast speed runs. Um, it'll be fun to see where we go next. I wonder what the me who's practicing fucking Mario 64 glitches is gonna feel like. Like, am I gonna hate it or am I gonna love some of it? We'll see. Will I feel like I did with Link to the Past, where it's like, where you been all my life, baby? You know what I mean? It's like I wish I was playing you all my life, girl. Like that sort of feeling. That's how I felt like when I first played Halo 2. It was like, damn, this is a trip, you know. Some people don't like the old Halos, but those games back in the day fucking slapped. I don't care what anyone says. I know they're shells of their former self. I get that, but that doesn't mean you can't remember them for what they were, right? They were damn good times back then. I miss the Xbox fucking white and black buttons. I want to press like auxiliary buttons on my fucking first party Xbox controller like that. You know what I mean? There was just some like ghetto feeling of the white and black button from Halo 2 back in the day and the Halo 1. It's like no other controller in a first party ever had that, and it just felt so weird and cool at the same time. And you felt like when you were a little kid holding someone else's Xbox controller for the first time, you just felt like a fucking badass. I don't know. Even if they were complete fucking douchebags that you were playing against. Fat boys. They just needed some more kids to play against, so that's why you were there. Gotta trash talk them because they were douchebags. We made it. Me and my brother made it fun, and a couple of the people there, but there were some douchebags. And what do you expect out of a bunch of fucking 12 to 15-year-old boys, though? We were too. That was like our first time ever interacting with older kids that we didn't know well. Anyways, get stuck on my past all the time. Well, I got a lot of things coming my way. I just gotta keep my mind occupied and thinking clean, thinking clear. It should be fun getting this last roundup of PBs and showing you guys the CRT video and the cool controllers and everything. And we'll see where it goes from there. I don't know. Oh, it's a big question mark for me, too. Yeah, I gotta focus on my tomorrow now, you know. Can't be sitting there talking about the past forever. So thanks a bunch for tuning in. We got a bunch of new stuff coming. I know it's been linked to the past on my channel like crazy, but I assure you there's going to be a day when those videos stop going up and some other stuff starts going up. So I never really stick around one area of gaming for too long, you know. Just how it is. Got to keep moving when it comes to a passion like that that's so alive and so crazy and so like deeply woven into something that a lot of us humans care about and something that we all want to be a part of and everything, you know. That's how I feel about it, at least. Anyways, I'll catch you guys down the road with some more Link to the Past stuff, and then we'll see where it goes. Peace out.